Hello everyone and welcome to my Date and Dying Mall series. In this video episode, I'm taking you guys to Atria at Damansara Jaya. This is a very iconic mall and has been around for over 30 plus years. And right now I'm here on the weekdays and it's around 2 p.m, just slightly after lunch. Atria started its life in the mid 1980s, and during back then they are separated into two parts. One is a mall side and they have an anchor mall which is Parkson. Back then it was a thriving mall because they have a very good demographic of residents surrounding this entire mall, and also commercial shop lots which bring a lot of office foot traffic. Most importantly, because this mall is very near to the Damansara Jaya secondary school, well, you guessed it, there are lots of teenagers coming here to patron this mall. In fact, during my teenage years, especially during the school holiday, I'm here most of the time, not because of shopping or lepaking. More or less, I was here during my school holidays just to work as a part-time promoter, sales, simple small gig, so that I can earn some pocket money. Back then, if you notice, during the school holidays, they will always promote the Parkson Grand sale. Those that are old enough to recall, Parkson Grand sale was back then one of the major draw to attract the local Malaysians to, spend money. If you are there during the Parkson Grand sale, you will likely bump into me as a teenager back then, mostly in the sports clothing department. I remember back then they were paying like $2.50 an hour plus free meals. If I worked from 10 to 10, I will have 2 meals, lunch and dinner free. So that was an interesting gig. I enjoyed my time working in the Parkson Grand sale back then, just for the sake of making additional pocket money. But most important thing is get to hang out with your friends almost 12 hours a day. Well, in the earlier videos, I mentioned that I was staying in section 17 PJ. I don't have any transport back then, so I literally have to walk or cycle to Atria. As you can see in this video, on the ground floor, it is estimate about 60 to 65% of the retail spaces are open for business. So as is, things are not looking very positive just based on the ground floor outlook. I hope things improve on the first and second floor, but I think we all know in most cases, mall that are not doing well typically has less and less retailers as we go up the floors. So that is always the case. So guys, if you enjoy the Atria Mall video, smash the like button and share this video to your friends and families who might be interested to actually take a look what has changed for Atria Mall. And if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's totally free of charge and it will greatly help me to continue to produce more content like this in the future. And for those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Currently, I'm on the first floor. This section on the first floor, there are more retail space that are closed. Frankly speaking, after I moved to Subang Jaya, I barely stepped foot on Atria Mall, even after they refurbished the entire mall, which was, I think, in between 2011 and 2015. Tell me if you know the exact date when this mall was refurbished, but I believe it's in between 2011 to 2015 based on the documentation I found online. So far, I think you guys witnessed there are less foot traffic on the first floor for obvious reasons, because there are less retailers up here. And since Atria is a modern mall, all the retail leasing are controlled by central management, so it is up to their responsibility to promote and do the marketing and also attract new retailers to fill up all the empty spaces currently in Atria. So guys, tell me in the comments down below what the management had done wrong or they could have done better to improve the state of Atria. For me personally, I think the management is facing a very difficult time trying to fix this problem, because they are competing with a lot of big malls within close proximity. The main one obviously will be the One Utama, mainly also because One Utama is much bigger and they have a very diverse retailers and also F&B. Not to mention also One Utama have many anchor retail. So that is also one of the magnets that attract the mall dwellers to actually visit One Utama during their free times or during holidays or weekend whatsoever, rather than step foot in Atria. For Atria, however, the management, I think they should consider focus this mall instead of competing with One Utama or the Starling Mall, which is at Damansara Utama. In fact, it's very close by. I believe Atria could do very well if they repurpose this mall and focus it more towards to be community mall instead of trying to compete with the bigger malls for foot traffic. So right now on the second floor, as you guys are observing like me, the foot traffic has dwindled down significantly, and the amount of retailers here that are open for business also has gone down. And the type of retailers here on the second floor are more towards education, sports, learning, training, dining and also gaming. So this section of the mall, management have repurposed it very well, although it's no longer a retail type, but then again, at least they are occupied. The main issue with most malls, I believe, are the common replicated retailers you see almost everywhere. Maybe also because of the high rental, that also affect the bottom line for those who are planning to open a retail. So you guys tell me in the comments down below if I get this assessment right or wrong. Mainly also because most malls in Malaysia are suffering from the mall fatigue. There are just too many malls in Klang Valley, so this is a big problem. On a layman perspective, looks like the state and federal government are not taking this town planning seriously, and because malls like this in Atria, although they provide certain services to the residents, maybe they should consider the size of the mall to actually proportionate with the type of residents here. As for the second floor, the number of retail outlets here are approaching 50% occupancy, are quite similar like on the first floor, is around 60 to 65%. But the first section of the retailers are not the type of retailers that I mentioned. They're more towards learning and education. Again, at least there's some improvement on that section rather than leave the mall retail outlet totally vacant. So I'd like to give applause to the mall management. At least they repurposed that space for good use. Now I'm on the third floor. As you can see, the situation here is much worse compared to the first and second floor. One advantage about Atria currently is they have a service residence right on top of the mall, and because of service residence, those are commercial title, and not to mention they are surrounded by lots of landed houses here which comprise of terrace, semi-D and bungalows. So Atria have a very diverse kind of demographic. Back in the early 80s and 90s, Atria was considered one of the mid-sized mall, but in today's standard it pretty much relegated in between small and medium size. There is a Atria community center here also, which is kind of positive, at least to provide something back to the community. So this is kudos to the management. On this level, as you can see, pretty much there is barely any foot traffic. There is just more staff than customers. It is very quiet here. To the other end, they have a Chinese fine dining. So judging by the current situation on this floor, it is not looking very pretty. Here's a question for those patrons to Atria Mall before they refurbish it. And tell me, what do you think of Atria Mall today after the refurbish? Tell me, which one do you prefer, the old Atria Mall or the newer modern mall that we are seeing now in this video? On the 6th floor, which is the highest floor, there used to be a cinema here, which is called the MBO. So basically, they lost one of the anchor tenant. Do you guys remember when the cinema closed down? Because I did ask the security, and the security told me that MBO has left quite a while. I did ask specific date, but he is unable to tell me. Maybe he's a new guy, I don't know. Share in the comments down below if you know the exact date MBO cinema left. Because the cinema also is considered one of the anchor retailers, and maybe because due to MBO cinema left does hamper the foot traffic of Atria Mall. I'm now currently on the lower ground, which Atria call it level C, and this section the retail outlets are fully populated. It's very obvious because it's due to village grocer. Foot traffic on the lower ground is decent, but overall the lighting here is kind of dim as compared to the ground floor. But overall it's not too bad. Again, I like the wood veneer they have up there. As per the design of Atria Shopping Gallery, it is modern and it's very easy to navigate. It's just straightforward from north wing all the way to the south wing. There are another two entrances from the side, which is from the east and the west wing. So I foresee on this level the foot traffic and the retail outlets here will continue to do well or improve due to the decent F&B retailers which are currently operating, as they are providing natural and organic services to the nearby residents and also on the tower above. Overall retail occupancy rate on level C, which is the lower ground, is around 80%, which is not bad for a size of Atria Shopping Gallery. The only thing I see lacking for Atria Shopping Gallery is the public transportation. So if you want to step foot on Atria Shopping Gallery, you have to actually drive yourself here or take a Grab. Unless you are staying within close proximity, you can literally walk here to Atria Shopping Gallery. As for parking spaces on the B1 and B2, there's ample parking for you to choose from, and the parking spaces is quite large even if you are driving a large SUV. Overall, the basement parking, however, are a bit dark to my liking, but it's okay. On top of that, if you are coming on a weekend, assume the traffic is much better than what we are seeing here on the weekday. Atria Shopping Gallery also have a multi-story car park, so in sense parking is a non-issue. So guys, that's all for the Atria Shopping Gallery. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and do take a few seconds of your time to share this video to your friends and family who have either visited this mall before in the past or have not visited this mall after they refurbish. I hope this video has earned your subscription to my channel. It is totally free and is one of the best way to support me and my channel. My name is Chester Cheng. I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers guys.